Dancehall right now is being championed by Cartel. He is the one that's leading dancehall.
And you know, back in the day when they were talking about Bob Marley, there was the Crown Prince. People thought that was Dennis Brown, who's the Crown Prince of dancehall.
I'd say Alkaline. Every single Alkaline show we've done, which is about 6 of them, we've sold out every single one by bringing that gentleman on stage. And he, no matter what, doesn't have to sing a song, he sells.
Cartel talks to everybody, reaches out, is friendly to everybody, is accessible. Alkaline is inaccessible.
That is true too, and maybe that's a part of his, je ne sais quoi, the fact that you can't just reach out to me. But yes, I would say that would be my crown prince of dancehall right now, and I would say Cartel is the king.
So what I want, people, we here with another update. All right, so Alkaline is making major moves right now in the business, and it has a lot of people in their feelings. Sorry for the noise in the background. I'm outside giving you guys this interview because why I say interview? No, there's an interview with what's his name again, saying that Alkaline is the prince of dancehall and Vybz Kartel is the king, right? And a lot of people, I saw the interview. That's why I said, I've been busy, and it's like I want to give you guys these updates, you know what I mean? But I'm so caught up, I'm so busy right now. I can only, do so much. But this one I found it very interesting, you know what I mean? Because he said that Vybz Kartel is the king of the dancehall. I mean, you really can't deny that whole king argument with Vybz Kartel, Beanie Man, Shabba Ranks, the Yellow Man, the ones them who's been upholding that argument, the king argument, like I'm the the king or the GOAT, of their era, or not even their era, but it might lead over into other people's era or decade, whatever you want to call it, the amount of years. But because of him saying Alkaline is the prince, cause after the king, he's gonna be the prince, and then the prince is gonna take over once you know what I mean? Once that king retire, passed on, whatever the case may be, the story, right? So he said that Alkaline is the next king. Right now he's the prince, but he's the king. He's gonna be the next king of dance. So and I agree 100%. With the argument there, because I'm over here saying to myself, maybe he's not looking at it from just record sales and who's doing numbers and streaming and all this. He's looking at the impact, on the genre, and we can arguably, and I think he knows that, right? We could arguably say Popcorn, but members of Popcorn, right, is from the Gaza Nation, and to me, that's a good argument. I'm not saying that me saying, because remember at the end of the day, like he said, that's his opinion, right? So this is my opinion. It's not that because I say Alkaline and I agree with him is the prince of dancehall right now. I got my reasons why I agree with him, but with him saying it, that's why I'm highlighting it, because like I'm in agreement with it. But some people would say, well, no man, they have Popcorn, they have Massacre, they have Skilly Bang, they have but other than Massacre and a Popcorn, I don't see, because those young artists or the artists that they're gonna mention, they ain't put in the work as an Alkaline, a Popcorn, or a Massacre, And you gotta remember, they're still here. At one point, remember Massacre? They used to say Massacre can't bust the mark, go up on stage, did the interview and call him what? Nylon or so what? Iron Balloon and all these things and whatever. And now we see Massacre is here, and he's maintaining Popcorn same way. Alkaline, you don't know. You know what I mean? So by he saying that Alkaline is the prince of dancehall, right? I agree with it, because Alkaline is being tested and proven. You understand? Not saying Popcorn is not saying Massacre is not, But to me, I think why he said that is because Alkaline is more active. You know, Masika is doing his shows. He's, you know, he's whatever, you know, and he's a signed artist. I'm not trying to take anything away from Masika, right? You have the songs. Then people say "Running the Streets," Whites, and Mute, and what's the other one, right? Good argument, right? But when you look at the impact of the culture, who's really doing it? It's Alkaline. I mean, Popcorn was doing it at one point with the new, the Unruly Fest, right? Following the formula and his work, but right now we're not seeing Popcorn that active, if you understand what I'm saying, other than dropping some tunes here and there, you know, with some music videos and these things, and you know, Popcorn is still active, right? Masika, well active, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, Alkaline to me is more active than them because he's doing what they're doing, and he's doing a little more. Right, because you know Alkaline is working right now. New Rules Festival, you know, this year 2025, and Jamaica is up next. You know what I mean, Chilani Stadium, and I'm telling y'all that event is gonna be a major event. You know what I mean? We just saw Alkaline shell down Canada with him and just what's his name, Voldemort. You know, young artist anyway. You know, him and Alkaline shell down the place. Club jam packed, people. From what I'm hearing, it's like they should have had a bigger venue, point blank period. And I said this in my interview. I was like, I don't know why, you know, well, they got their reasons why they did what they did. Maybe they set the stage for the next New Rose Canada, but you know, because it's a developing thing, you know, it's growing, it's, you know, working on growing, you know, the brand and the artist. It's a great look to me, and this is why, you know, he would say that Alkaline is up next as the Prince, because when it comes to having a solid, you know, catalog, Alkaline is up there. You know what I mean? When you talk about rivalry, competitiveness, Alkaline is up there. You talk about influence on the culture, Alkaline is up there. I'm saying you have all of these things on his resume. So when you look at his resume, you know, going into, you know, because I like gentleman sports like boxing, you know, like certain sports where it should be fair. Don't get me wrong. In all you know, sports event, you know, soccer, you know, basketball. So these sports, you know, the gentleman sports, supposed to be fair. You know what I mean? People competing to see who's the best. Right? And then we outside looking in, right? We could see things sometimes that the players don't see because they playing the game, right? And everybody's playing to win. But what I'm saying is Alkaline right now, I mean, you know, what they say, undoubtedly, but without a doubt, you know, it's a good argument. Very good argument. I would agree. And my money would be on Alkaline saying, wait, guys don't know Alkaline are my artist. So people might, you know, people are going to say, Hardball TV, you're biased. I don't know where that forward from, but, you know, but I'm just telling y'all what it is. And this is why my money would be on my artist. You know what I mean? It's fair competition out here. It's fair game, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just my take on it. But, you know, him saying that because they have people that disagree, like Nico Fires, you know, he disagree. I'm gonna see if I can leave that video with Nico Fires disagreeing with what the person said about Alkaline being the Prince of Dancehall. I'm gonna leave that one, right, with Nico Fires, so yeah, I can see. And you know, he's a, with the thing name, he's a DJ, he's a selector, so he's well known, yeah, man, right? So it's not like it's coming from someone that don't know what's going on. He's well aware of what's going on, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave that one with you guys, with Nico Fires disagreeing, because a lot of people disagree. Like I said, some people would say it's Popcorn, Masika, and they have their reasons. I'm just giving you my reasons why I think this individual was saying Alkaline would be the best candidate up next for the Prince of Dancehall, right? And then, like I said, who they compare Alkaline to right now, right? Other than the other artists, them busting from a different camp and forwarding from that camp where it's affiliated with that camp. You know, they affiliated with Vibes Cartel, Massacre work with Vibes Cartel, Infrared. Gaza fans might say that that's the Massacre biggest song, and we put Massacre to the world, which and that's a false argument. You know what I mean? That's a false statement because Massacre had big songs. I think Massacre breakthrough song to me was They Don't Know, and that wasn't a collaboration with Vibes Cartel, right? They Don't Know, right, was Massacre to me breakthrough single that really put him out there. He had singles before and all of these things, right, doing his thing, but I'm telling you, that single They Don't Know really made a lot of people start, you know, because you heard Massacre in a different kind of like tone, everything. He wasn't pushing this bad man thing. He wasn't, you know, saying how tough he is and all these things, or the girl tune, whatever. It was like a reality song, and to me, that made a lot of people start saying, well, yo, you feel me? But good argument, like I said, very good argument. See, but Alkaline would be my candidate up next as the Prince. I would agree with that. You know, I think once the crown is relinquished, or if Vibes Cartel don't want to relinquish the crown like they say Beanie Man don't, right? It's just up to the people to say, you know, because the people are always going to be the judge, and they're going to be the one that's, you know, voting, or they're the one that matters when it comes to these artists. Because if the fans them don't support the artists or buy their music, then, you know, the artists get what the dog get. You see me as that. So it is what it is. You guys let me know in the comment section, right? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. You know, leave a comment, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this. But, you know, I think it's fair. But anyone else could put up a good argument, because, like I said, at the end of the day, competition and competing, to me, is what dancehall is built off of. You know what I mean? Who can showcase that they're the best, they're the king, you know, they're the GOAT, greatest of all time, you know. So with that said, people, big up on yourself, bless up on yourself. Hope you guys are enjoying the week. I'm gonna try to keep you guys posted. Like I said, New Rose Chalani, we saw is who? Intense just sided, you know, confirmed, locked in, book. And man, waiting to see. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted on the New Rules Jamaica Chalani, you know, this year, July. Yeah, like I said, I'll keep you guys posted, man. But don't forget, like I said, like, share, subscribe to the channel, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Checking with you guys on another one. I'm out.
So I want to be real with me. Because me one brother upon Anthony Miller, he show say Alkaline are the Prince of Dancehall right now. But me think say him wrong. Me know him wrong. You can't say no Prince and you put Popcorn. Popcorn are the Prince of Dancehall. But I want to hear what you have to say. What you want to say? Because me I say Popcorn are the Prince of Dancehall now. So what you want to say? Me need to know. One Prince of Dancehall a Popcorn, man. They unruly. Alkaline reach a level 8.